This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to sports, everybody. I'm Chris Saunders. Basketball stakeholders met at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium last night to discuss the new Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium. Architect Mike Foster says a lot of progress is being made on building the new stadium to honor the baseball great.
John Clayton Company out of Louisville received their last payment yesterday. So that should suggest to you where they are in the construction. So our challenge now is to have the contractor quickly get the main frame of the understand, that is the footings, the columns and the beams in place, and cured sufficiently enough that the metalworks can be erected. We're anticipating that if the understructure has met its maximum strength, we can start bringing in the superstructure, and we imagine by next year Easter we will be near completion.
Just to make sure, that was baseball stakeholders meeting for that. Moving on, the Bahamas continues to make its presence felt on the biggest stage in the world, that being the Olympic Games. This success, however, is in individual sports. Come 2020, though, Sports Minister the Honorable Dr. Danny Johnson hopes the Bahamas will finally make a breakthrough and have a team sport in Tokyo.
You will see baseball will come to the Olympic movement. Yeah. You just saw 9 Bahamians who are going to be playing for the United Kingdom. But we'll have a baseball team, I think, that will make the Olympics in 2020. We also have had Pat Riley of the Lakers fame say to us on counters of the Miami Heat now, who has now said that he thinks we have the potential with basketball, obviously, to put together one of the best teams in the world.
The B3A has held a meeting today to update the media on the last 9 months since a new executive board took place. B3A's president, Rosamund Carey, said at all times her federation must be relevant and flexible in adapting to a changing athletic environment.
The ability to expeditiously adapt to a dynamic sporting discipline is subject to having in place a well-defined constitution, rules, regulations, and procedures that is based on best practices. The Federation, I note, assembled a team to revise the current constitution so as to make it more relevant and consistent with the document that governs the IAAF. I'm aware that a draft constitution was completed, and in short order, members of the Constitutional Committee will commence workshops with stakeholders of the Federation to produce by the end of the year a comprehensive constitution for the Federation.
Volunteers play a major role in most international sporting events around the world. This Summer Olympic Games was a prime example. And not only were the volunteers from Brazil, but from all around the world. In fact, volunteers traveling from other countries is becoming a new trend. The Bahamas may soon be on their radar.
I'm thinking this year coming, we have a lot of major events on tap. We have World Relays, we have beach soccer, we have the Commonwealth Junior event. We're going to have a lot of people coming to the Bahamas who are going to want, besides being a part of the event, want to volunteer to be here. So I'm encouraging all Bahamians, don't wait till a week before. We need to get on board now to volunteer. Volunteerism is the key, and that was what really impressed me in Rio.
Softball action last night at the New Providence Softball Association. Julian Gibson was at the park.
Chris, last night, ladies matchup. The ladies thing is the defending champions. They took apart the Bummergy Operators. Final score was 8-2.
We have 3 more games to go. We just told the girls that now is the time to execute, make all your plays, make the defensive plays. We're not going to hit every night, but if we can play great defense and get good pitching, we're going to win.
We're coming around now. We're peaking at the right time. The rest of the way, we got to just get better. The girls are starting to gel together. The cohesiveness is there now, and as long as we could minimize errors, we can be right there.
Defending champions, how tough is going to be for you guys to repeat?
It's going to be tough if we don't play the kind of softball we're known to play. Everybody wants to beat us, and the teams on top of us are playing very well. So we're going to have our way cut out for us this year.
Now for the Bummergy Operators, the loss was simply disappointing, but they hope to turn it around.
We had a few injuries tonight, and we're trying to regroup. We have a lot of young players. So basically this game is just to see where we put in each other and how we can build up this chemistry again.
Girls can get to relax. As you know, we're still in the playoffs, so everybody getting ready to get fine-tuned certain things to get this team ready for playoffs and see what we can do to try win this whole log.
Most of our girls been playing for the past 2 years together, so I think once we get to practice, get down to work, put everything aside, come together and build back up the chemistry, we should be good.
Right now, that's only maybe our 5th or 6th loss of the season, and then coming down to the end, so that should tell you once the team execute and practice and do what they have to do, hard to beat us.
Now, with a couple more games left in the ladies division, the stretch run should be very exciting. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Alex Cooper and the Cincinnati Bengals lost their final preseason game last night, 13-10 to the Indianapolis Colts. Alex saw a lot of playing time with Coach Marvin Lewis opting to rest his starters. The Bahamian offensive lineman will now be listening to see if he makes the final 53-man roster. That has to be in by 4 o'clock tomorrow. Still talking football, sort of. Just 1 day left to go in the Myron L. Roll Foundation's Play for Progress National Student Athlete Workshop. The workshop was in Exuma yesterday, Grand Bahama today, and Abaco tomorrow. This is the second year for the workshop, and they have even bigger plans moving forward.
We hope to expand every single year. In our 5-year mark, our benchmark is to have more family islands come right to the Bahamas, and we have even more kids and make it even bigger, more than just a 1 or 2 day event, and make it maybe a week-long event. And that's kind of what we're trying to do. And I've told people all the time, I'm 29 years old now, and I feel like I'm apt and able to make this kind of difference in this country that has done so much for me. And every year we just want to continue to grow, continue to get better, and continue to improve the lives of these young people.
The program wraps up tomorrow. That's Look at Sports. I'm Chris Saunders.
This is ZNS Total Sports.